Hey everyone, this is Brandon Fox with the Fox Real Estate Group. Hey, just appreciate you checking out the channel, talk about all things real estate. I'm on my way to meet with a potential seller client, and they tried selling their home last year, earlier this year, and it was on the market for 180 days and did not sell. And it just made me think there's a lot of people, market has changed, market has shifted, and there's a lot of people that tried to sell their home last year and it just didn't work. And it can be super frustrating. It can almost be embarrassing when your neighbors see the sign up for 6 months and your home doesn't sell. But I want to take some of the pressure off. It's not your home as far as the reason it didn't sell. The reason most homes don't sell is it really comes down to only 3 or 4 things. And the biggest one is marketing. I'll tell you that. The way the home is marketed and the exposure that it gets from everything from the initial photos, are they iPhone photos? Are they dark? Is the house cluttered? What kind of lifestyle do these pictures create? There's all of these things that go into the fact of how the home is interpreted on the market. Right now, with the quality of photos and internet access, most buyers are using the photos and the information online as the open house. So when people are going to a home, taking a look at it, that's effectively a second showing for them. And how that home is portrayed online is probably one of the most important things out there. As far as getting it right. Obviously, there's other things that we'll go into a little deeper too, as far as pricing, condition, staging, and then again, just the effort and the work that the agent is doing in the marketing of the home. And so that's one thing that we'll go through, and we'll talk about some of the things as far as the pricing, as far as the condition and different things you can do and tips and tricks, and then as well as just what kind of feedback should you expect from your agent, as well as what should you expect them to be doing to work for you on a day-to-day basis. Most agents only do the 3 Ps when it comes to listing a house. They put a sign in front of it, they place it on the MLS, and then they sit there and pray for all the other agents to bring them a buyer. There's so much more to selling a house than just putting it online and putting a sign in front of it. So we're going to go through a handful of different things that you can do. I'm going to go meet with these clients, and I'll give you some thoughts after we've walked through their house of what they could have done differently and how they could have gotten their house sold, from pricing, from staging, all these different things. But yeah, looking forward to going over this with you. I'll let you know how the appointment goes. All right, so I'm heading back to the office after this appointment, and here's a few things that really stood out to me. So great news, we're actually going to be bringing this home to market here in 2 weeks. Super excited for these clients. They were real frustrated after trying to sell it for the 6 months. But here's what I learned at that appointment real quick, and we'll dig deeper into some of the things that we're going to do to help them get it sold. But one, the price that they had selected with their previous agent was $115,000 over the market value at that time. When I asked them how they came up with that price, they had said, we just went with what our agent said, and it was so much more than what we thought. We were just excited. So we went with that price, and we were hoping to get that full amount, which that's great. I always want to sell our clients' homes for over market value. The second thing they said was once they hit the market, they didn't have any activity, but they hit the market and they didn't hear a word from their agent. Their agent wasn't giving them any feedback about online activity, about any showings that were going on. They didn't do any open houses, but they also didn't, and they had mentioned that we wanted to bring our home down to a more reasonable price, but the agent just didn't return their calls. How frustrating do you think that would be? So I'm just pulling back up at the office, but we'll sit down and talk a little bit more about the exact marketing strategy that we're going to use for their home and how we can actually get it sold this time. All right, so back in the office, and I just want to recap a few things from this appointment. It's super interesting. So one thing I learned and what we've really seen over this year is the market's changed, right? When we think about the market of what it was in 2021, There was a half a month of inventory, which means homes were selling super fast. There was multiple offers on just about every property, and the average days on market was about 7 days. So now we're in a market where we have 4.5 months worth of inventory. The average days on market is 77, and interest rates have gone from 2.75 up to 6%. So what has changed in that time? And to be honest, prices haven't changed that much in time, but buyer affordability has significantly changed, which is causing the slowdown in these prices or in these sales. So when we look at that, the difference in the market is when you're competing and you have to make you have to make 6 offers before you can get in the right house. Buyers were willing to overlook a lot of things when they were buying a house. Now they have choices. And so when a buyer looks at a house and there are 10 other homes that fit their criteria on the market, they have something to compare it against, and they don't have to rush to make a decision. So first impressions make a huge difference. So one, when a buyer walks up to a house, what do they feel? What's the emotion it elicits in that, right? People buy homes not because they just need somewhere to live. They buy something for the emotional feeling that they get when they're in that home. So that's one of the things that we want to look at. Like when somebody walks up to your house, how do they feel when they walk up? What does it look like? What do they see? Is there any deferred maintenance that they need to deal with? Is there, when they go into the house, are the carpets worn? Do the walls need painted? Here's one quick little tip. Buyers don't have a lot of imagination when it comes to wall colors. Crazy as it sounds, as cheap as paint is, if your walls are a bright color or you have a lot of different colors, buyers have a hard time seeing past it. Neutral tones, something that they can envision, or they can envision then painting their own. These little things make a huge difference when there's so much on the market. Getting your home ready and getting all of that is a huge first part. We talked a little bit about photography, about making sure that everything is portrayed right. The staging, that's one of the things that we'll do. We'll walk through the house and make sure that it is in the right condition, furniture's in the right places, pictures in the right spots to elicit that right emotion. Now, the second part, and what probably the most important part once we've come to what the true market value is marketing, right? Marketing is, what do agents do, right? We talked a little bit about some agents just put it on the market, put the sign out and hope somebody else brings the buyer. One of the biggest things that we do, right, is one massive online exposure. Social media marketing in all different avenues. We want to saturate the market with your home to make sure that whoever's looking, wherever they're looking, they're gonna find it. Boots on the ground approach marketing, right? We have a very aggressive open house strategy, and our processes of getting up and making sure that your neighbors know about it, the sign placements, everything and how it's portrayed online for our open houses drives in the traffic. We also have an approach of reaching out to your neighbors. One of the top 3 reasons people move is to be closer to the people they know, right? So if your neighbors know that your home is actively on the market, they can then share it with the people they know, right? We want to magnify our marketing in every possible way we can. We do all of these things, and then one of the biggest things is once we hit the market, like I said, this isn't the market of 2022, 2021, when homes were selling in 7 days and we had 14 offers on every listing, right? It may take a few weeks to get your home sold, or maybe even a month. And what we know is there's 3 things that are going to happen. We list your home, and if we get the price just right, we're going to have a lot of showings and at least 1 offer, maybe more. Now, if we get a lot of showings but no offers, that means we're really close on the price, right? We're in the right spot, our marketing's doing a great job, and we're getting everything in the right spot. But at that point in time, we may just need to wait another week or 2, right? Freshen up some of the marketing, a couple extra open houses, some other things just to get the right buyer through. The third thing that may happen is we may think we've done the best job selecting the right price, marketing is on point, and we just don't get the buyers to come through. And that's when we evaluate the market. We look at the back end. What are we looking at for view counts? How many agents are emailing out the property to their buyers? All of these things we take into account to try to understand truly how does your home positioned on the market, and then how do we actually get an offer to get it sold? So we are going to go through all these things and make sure that we do that. And we're going to evaluate. One of the things that we're going to do with you, you're always the boss in selling the home, but we're going to communicate with you extensively about the feedback we're getting. What's the market telling us? What's happening in the market? What's changing? All the political events, are they changing how the home market is going? Interest rate changes by the Fed, all of these different things, how do they impact it? We're going to overly communicate with you so you know. The worst thing that can happen in selling a home is a surprise. So at the end of the day, if you are looking to sell your home or you tried to sell your home and didn't have the best result, Fox Real Estate Group, we have a lot of experience in selling homes that didn't sell the first time, freshening them up, bringing them back to the market, and getting them in a spot where they can sell so you can make that transition to where it is that you want to go. If you have any questions at all, or you'd like a free consultation, come by. If you'd like just a quick 20-minute Zoom call to find out why your home didn't sell, more than happy to evaluate and just give you our opinion. And don't hesitate, please like, subscribe, all of this. We're gonna keep kicking out some great content for you. If there's anything we can do, don't hesitate to reach out.